The South China Sea disputes involve both island and maritime claims by several sovereign states within the region, namely Brunei, the People's Republic of China, Taiwan, Indonesia, Malaysia, the Philippines, and Vietnam. An estimated $3.37 trillion United States dollars worth of global trade passes through the South China Sea annually, which accounts for a third of the global maritime trade. 80% of China's energy imports and 39.5% of China's total trade passes through the South China Sea. The disputes involve the islands, reefs, banks, and other features of the South China Sea, including the Spratly Islands, Paracel Islands, Scarborough Shoal, and various boundaries in the Gulf of Tonkin. There are further disputes, such as the waters near the Indonesian Natun Islands, which many do not regard as part of the South China Sea. Claimant states are interested in retaining or acquiring the rights to fishing stocks, the exploration and potential exploitation of crude oil and natural gas in the seabed of various parts of the South China Sea, and the strategic control of important shipping lanes. Since 2013, the PRC has resorted to island building in the Spratly Islands and the Paracel Islands region. According to Reuters, island building in the South China Sea primarily by Vietnam and the Philippines has been going on for decades. While China has come late to the island building game, its efforts have been on an unprecedented scale, as it had from 2014 to 2016 constructed more new island surface than all other nations have constructed throughout history, and as of 2016 placed military equipment on one of its artificial islands, unlike the other claimants. A 2019 article in Voice of America that compared China and Vietnam's island building campaign in the South China Sea similarly noted that the reason why Vietnam, in contradistinction to China, has been subject to little international criticism and even support was because of the slower speed and widely perceived defensive nature of its island building project. China's actions in the South China Sea have been described as part of its salami slicing strategy. And since 2015, the United States and other states such as France and the United Kingdom have conducted freedom of navigation operations, stated that they did not recognize the tribunal and insisted that the matter should be resolved through bilateral negotiations with other claimants. On September 17, 2020, France, Germany, and the United Kingdom issued a joint note verbally recognizing the PCA ruling and challenging China's claims. The disputes involve both maritime boundaries and islands. There are several disputes, each of which involves a different collection of countries. Legend: Republic of China 1, Taiping 2, Zhongzhou People's Republic of China 1, Yongshu 2, Meiji 3, Jubi 4, Haiang 5, Nangsan 6, Chigyo 7, Dongmen Vietnam 1, Southwest Kai 2, Sand Kai 3, Nam Yat Island 4, Sin Cao Island 5, Spratly Island 6, Amboina Kai 7, Grierson Reef 8, Central London Reef 9, Pearson Reef 10, Bark Canada Reef 11, West London Reef 12, Ladd Reef 13, Discovery Great Reef 14, Pigeon Reef 15, East London Reef 16, Allison Reef 17, Cornwallis South Reef 18, Petley Reef 19, South Reef 20, Collins Reef 21, Lansdowne Reef 22, Bombay Castle 23, Prince of Wales Bank 24, Vanguard Bank 25, Prince Consort Bank 26, Granger Bank 27, Alexandra Bank 28, Orlina Shoal 29, Kingston Shoal Philippines 1, Flat Island 2, Lankiam Kai 3, Loita Kai 4, Loita Island 5, Nanshan Island 6, Northeast Kai 7, Thitu Island 8, West York Island 9, Commodore Reef 10, Irving Reef 11, Second Thomas Reef Malaysia 1, Swallow Reef 2, Artesia Reef 3, Dallas Reef 4, Erica Reef 5, Investigator Shoal 6, Marivel's Reef. By May 1939, the Japanese had laid claim and occupied the Paracel and Spratly Islands. During World War II, the Empire of Japan used the islands in the South China Sea region for various military purposes, and asserted that the islands were not claimed by anyone when the Imperial Japanese Navy took control of them. Historical accounts note that at least France had controlled some of the features in the region. During the 1930s, after the war, Imperial Japan had to relinquish control of the islands in the South China Sea in the 1951 Treaty of San Francisco, which, however, did not specify the new status of the islands. The People's Republic of China made various claims to the islands during the 1951 treaty negotiations and the 1958 First Taiwan Strait crisis. Chinese claims in the South China Sea are delineated in part by the 9-dash line. This was originally an 11-dashed line, first indicated by the Kuomintang government of the Republic of China in 1947, for its claims to the South China Sea. When the Communist Party of China took over mainland China and formed the People's Republic of China in 1949, the line was adopted and revised to 9 dashes, dots, as endorsed by Zhou Enlai. China's 1958 declaration described China's claims in the South China Sea islands based on the 9-dotted line map. The leg is